Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to the second leg in this series of the Delta Virtual Airlines 24th anniversary. We are in Greensboro, North Carolina, and we're going to be heading over to Ronald Reagan International Airport, KDCA. Pretty short flight, another short flight this afternoon going over to Reagan. Flight time is about 43 minutes, block time an hour and 11 minutes thereabout. So we are in for a nice, sweet, short one. So pull up your favorite chair and get a nice little drink if you drink, or if you drink some tea, that's fine this afternoon after work. Put your legs up, snuggle up as we take this nice cool ride over to Washington, D.C. We're flying the 737-800 once again, November 3999 Delta Alpha, our trusty 737-800. Didn't have any issues with it. Nice smooth flight coming in yesterday. So we have a pretty good ship going back out to Reagan this evening. So we're going to jump right into the aircraft right now and begin the setup. Fuel is already on board, 11,040 pounds is already on board, KGSO-KDCA. We're departing off of runway 23 left. We're gonna get our information in terms of the weather and the like. So we'll get that shortly. Quaker 8 and Sierra Bravo Victor VOR is the transition, arriving ILS runway 01, and we're using the CAPS 3 VO waves. Check the route, and there isn't any discontinuity, so we can activate that, and we'll check that against the map just now. So out of GSO, Jenny, Sierra Bravo Victor, waves, and into the runway. Cool, so that's set. So we can begin boarding. Let's get JSX set up and begin the boarding process. And we see that that goes and do its thing. While we're doing that, we can do our pre-departure briefing. So today we're heading to Washington Reagan. Flight number is Delta2496, and the weather at our destination is winds 320 at 10, coming from the northwest, 10 statute miles and broken at 25,000, scattered 16,000. Temperature is nice crispy 2 degrees. Atom is 3028. So not a bad. Just a few clouds in the area, but that should be just about it. Looking at the radar, there wasn't any bad weather around, so we're good with that. We are flying a 737-800, and our flight time is estimated 43 minutes, cruising at flight level 230, and we have 150 passengers on board today, with a total fuel of 11,040 pounds. We have a pretty good ship, so there isn't any minimum equipment list items that we need to know about. We're going to be taxiing using, let's see, push back and taxi via Juliet, or is it Kilo? Right, Juliet 3 Kilo, then Kilo all the way to Kilo 6, hold short 23, and then depart. And we'll be using the standard instrument departure Quaker 8, and based on that instrument departure, we'll take off straight out. Then we make a left turn towards Genie, then Genie to South Boston, then South Boston to Waves, and that would have us joining the CAPS 3 arrival. into Washington Reagan. No immediate threats as of right now. No weather to be discussed, and the airspace isn't congested based on what we see right now. No times that are known. And for our emergency briefing, we're departing off of runway 23 left. We have 10,000 feet of runway. Between 0 and 80 knots, we'll stop for anything that will cause the aircraft to be unflyable. I'll call abort. We close the thrusts and come to a complete stop. Assess the situation, and we will, if we can, make a right via Kilo 2 or Kilo 3. Between 80 knots and V1, we will stop only for any fire warnings. At above V1, we will continue to take off. We'll climb 3,000 feet, and we will assess the situation. And once we deem it necessary for a return, we will make a left downwind, and we will come back for runway 23, which is the longest runway. Once we land, depending on the situation, we will determine if we come to a quick stop on the runway or we make a right onto the taxiway and taxi to the ramp. All right, so that's it for our pre-departure briefing. Our passengers are boarding 21 out of 150, so we can run the APU and turn on the seatbelt signs. I need to go and get my checklist, so give me just 1 second, guys. Cool, so I got my checklist on my iPad. I wonder if I can actually do this for the... No, I'm not able to. I wish I could though. I wish I can get a checklist on here. I think it can be done for the, well, the 777 has its own electronic checklist, so. All right, I guess in the future we can have PMDG to do something like that. All right, so before start checklist, flight deck and exterior inspections are complete. Pre-flight, the procedure is complete. IRS modes are nav and display switches are normal auto. Emergency exit lights are on. Passenger signs on. Window heat switches are on. Pressurization panel is set. Pressurization mode selector is auto. Mode control panel is not set yet. So we shall do that now after we complete the rest of our FMC. So we're going to flight level 230. And our cost index is 13. Our reserve for today is going to be 2.2, 3.6 plus 5, so that's 4.1. 4.1. And our zero fuel weight is 129.7. And we can execute that. For our legs, let's import the weather. Should be landing at 7.3 as of now, but let's see what the weather, once we import the wind, what's going to happen. Load the winds and execute, and we see it went up to 7.6. And let's input the descent, and there we have it. So 7.6 is what we should land with once we get to DCA. All right, with that information on now, we can go to our performance tool, and we can import going off runway 23 left. Import the weather, import from aircraft. So we're going to leave it at optimum for both flight, flap config, and rating. No visible precipitation, so we'll leave the anti-icing off. AC is on, and we will calculate. based on the calculation, we can take off for takeoff configuration 1. 42 is our assumed temperature. Let's write this down. So 42 degrees, flaps 5, takeoff 1, and our V speeds are 138, 39, 44. So that's 144. And we can activate the flight directors and also the auto throttle. In the FMC now, we go to our takeoff page. As a matter of fact, we go to our N1 limit. Takeoff 142. Gives us a thrust rating of 90.4. And flaps 5. 27.8 gives us 4.5. 38, 39, 44. So that's all correct. Right, so that's it. Let's get the weather for this airport. It's out of GSO as of 21:54. Winds are variable at 3 knots, so winds are calm, so we could take off either way. So we could use 5 right if we wanted to. But that's a longer taxi, so we just taxed it to 23. And temperature is 8 degrees -7, and altimeter is 3021. So our runways in use is going to be runway 23 left and right. Our departure frequency today is going to be 119.1. We don't have ATC on the frequency right now, so we are on our own. And we have company tonight. That's a 1980. Our friend JL is with us this evening going to DCA, so we welcome him as well. So we have some company tonight. All right, let's see what's going on the outside. So our baggages are complete, and there is JL in his 737 back there. So let's get a nice little picture of him real quick. Nice. And we can now switch over to our APU. And we can release the low pressure from so the update for the 737 sounds actually came out. So we're supposed to be hearing a few things differently. So we're hearing the fuel pumps now. So that sounds a little bit better in terms of what it used to be or what it should be on the actual aircraft. So that's actually pretty nice. Now tell me guys, when you look at this, doesn't this look extremely real to you? For those of you who've flown on a 737 before, looking at this, it looks super, super, super real. You look outside and you can see the rivets on the aircraft wing and so on. It looks really good, man. Looks really, really good. All right, so let's see where we are now. $19.1 is what we're doing. And we have 129 of 150. Some of these sounds are supposed to be a little bit louder, so we'll have to check that once we... Was that Delta 1980? If you want to know what our route is for today, feel free to do exclamation point route and you will see what we're flying today. If you just joined in, welcome. 5703 is our squawk. 5703 is our squawk code. So we can now do our departure briefing. Today we're departing off of runway 23 left using the Quaker 8 departure. Our V speeds, V1 is 138, VR 139, V2 144. Initial climb is going to be straight to flight level 230. And our transition level today is, as always, in the US. It is 18,000 feet. Current weather is winds calm. And visibility is 10 statute miles. And of course, like we said, in any failure, we at V1, before V1, we will close the thrust and call abort. Come to complete stop. If we are able to, we'll exit either at Kilo 3. If we can continue, then we'll just come back around and take a second attempt. After V1, we will climb straight ahead 3,000 feet, make any assessments, then we'll determine if we make a left downwind, come back to runway 23. Once we land, we'll determine if we come to a complete stop. If not, we will continue to the gate and then offload. Yeah, GL, there was an update. I just happened to look for it in the Discord, so I updated just before we started this flight. Hopefully it actually did, because that was before I actually updated it while the sim was loading, so hopefully it didn't interfere with that. All right, so complete the rest of our checklist. Or before start checklist, our altimeters are set 3012. Flight and navigation instruments are checked. Warning announcements lights have been checked. Anti-skid not installed. Landing gear down 3 green. As we see here, our GPWS has been checked. Speed brake lever is down to 10. Thrusts are closed. Engine start switches are cut off. Silver trim cutoff switch is normal fire. Warning system in check. Radios and transponder and radar are checked and set. Our rudder and aileron trim free and closed. Parking brake is set. Flight attendant has been briefed. Departure briefing is complete. Logbook is checked. Fuel on board is 11,000 pounds and checked. FMS and aircraft info has been entered. Stabilizer trim is 4.5. And that is set. Airspeed and N1 bugs are checked and set and cross checked. Airspeed is 144 and N1 bugs is cross checked. Before start checklist is complete. So we'll now get rid of the external power. We're on APU, double check that, and we can set ourselves up to start. So we'll do the memory items, request push and start. That will close the door. And we'll do nose right. All right, so chocks are removed. And let's run the before start checks. Doors closed. Hydraulic panel is set. Fuel panel is set. Flight door closed and locked. Anti-collision lights are on. Air condition panel is set. Transponder is on. And parking brake is now released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Greensboro traffic, Delta2496, putting start from gate 20. Greensboro traffic. So here we are starting our pushback. And let's start engine number 2. And let's see if we hear a difference. I'm gonna go ahead and run the fuel one time, just so we can hear what's going on outside. This is a bit quiet on the outside. Let's see what happens on the inside. If there's a change in that.
Please set parking brake.
Parking brake is set. And we start engine number 2. Sorry, engine number 1. Braking procedure here, just to see if I can go back and hit. All right. So they did add a little bit more bass. And you're hearing that fuel pump.
Unlocking gear.
Okay. All right, sounded a little bit louder. Left is clear, right is clear. Wait for the signal on the left hand side. Pins on the left hand side, good. So let's run the check. But rudder left, rudder right, ailerons left, right, fully up, fully down. And of course, for those who want to see it on the outside, rudder left, right, ailerons left, and right. Let's go back now to the over the wing. So you're hearing the changes. Let me do that again. So listen to where we are. We're here in front of the engines right now. And as I walk backwards, use your 596 sub. Thank you so much for that sub, my bro. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. So you hear the difference. I don't think we had that sounding that loudly when you were right. So as you walk backwards, you're hearing that change. And you're hearing less of that now. There we go. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, cool. All right, so let's see if we can hear the flaps extended from where we are here. Let's see what the sound sounds like. Okay, cool. Not bad. There's another Delta across there. All right, all right. So we have Delta 21 also flying with us, heading to DCA. Appreciate the group flight, guys. I appreciate that. That's good. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right, cool. So let's do the after start checklist. Generators are not done, so let's do the flow first. Next thing, we gonna get ourselves in a problem. This is why we don't try to do all this talking before. That's why it is sterile cockpit, right, guys? All right, so let's run now the after start checklist. Generators on, ProHeave on, anti-ice not required. Air condition panel is set, brakes set to RTO. After start check is complete. Taxi checklist, flaps 5 green light. Track controls have been checked, and we're ready to go. And I think JL is ready to taxi, so let me release the brakes. Lights coming on, and oops. And let's get out of here. Cruise by traffic, Delta 2496, taxi to runway 23 via Juliet 3 kilo, hold short of 23. Alright, so JL should be able to push now. Those sounds are so beautiful. It sounds just like the real thing, guys. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Dikembe, welcome, 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 welcome. Aviation Geek 268. Hey, he's my brother here from Antigua. If you haven't, you can also check him out at Aviation Geek 268 and give him a sub as well. He would greatly appreciate that. All here just trying to make sure that you keep entertained as we do this simulator stuff. That golden hour, look at that, look at that, look at that. That's weird. I don't know if they updated this, but before you couldn't do much with the chase camera, but now you can. That's actually pretty nice. It is pretty nice. So I can actually do stuff now while I am outside. All right, let's review our departure. Today we're using the Quaker 8 and we are departing with a left turn out, then direct Genie, then South Boston, then towards Wave, joining the CAPS 3 departure. Between 0 and 80 knots, we'll stop only for anything that will make the aircraft unflyable. Between 80 knots and V1, we will stop only for fire warning. After V1, we will continue the departure. Once we are airborne, we will climb 3000 and we will assess the situation. And we'll make a determination if we need to come back. We'll make a left turn downwind and land on 23 left. Any questions? No questions? We're good to go. Flight attendants, seats for departure, please. We're just gonna hold a little bit so that our other colleagues' company here will get to the runway as well. So Delta 21 is taxiing out. 1980 is still at the gate. Delta 1980 radio jack. Roger, you on push yet? Roger. All right, cool. There's the other Delta. Can I go all the way down here? Because I'm not. Oh, wait. Nope. We need to make a turn here onto Kilo. For some reason, I thought I was on Kilo all the time. I was on Juliet. All right, so we make a right on to Juliet here. I see my mistake. I was supposed to make a right turn immediately onto Juliet 3 and then come onto Kilo. The tablet black screen issue. Yeah, that's something that they're trying to work on, Kimbe. I don't know when they're gonna have it solved, but it should be solved in the next update, I suppose. Hopefully, but they're aware of it. On the flight up, I think I had that issue on this right side. So you're not alone, not alone, not alone, not alone. All right, so we're coming up on 2-3. I wonder where Delta 21 is going. Let's see. Don't see a taxiway over on that side, Mr. 21. All right, there's the other Delta up there. Delta 2496 holding for company to come down the taxiway at runway 23 left. Greensboro traffic. All right. So we are just about ready to go, but we're just waiting for our company 1980 to start taxiing, and then we will line up and depart. So we're gonna stagger our departure. So Delta 21, if you wanna go ahead and take off, you can go ahead. That will give me a little bit of time to give us some spacing. Yeah, so we let 21 depart, and then by the time he's Roger 21, Roger. All right. So he wants to hold shot as well. Right, So once 1980 starts the taxi, then we'll go into the interactive. Yeah, I don't know. It's supposed to be an actual. Yeah, that's crazy. It shows that it's supposed to be a taxiway Mike, but he's on the grass. I'm wondering if it's because it's a default airport. Oh well. And we're losing the sun. Hey, what's going on, George? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, before takeoff, checklist stabilizer strip is set. The flaps 5 and 5 green light. Windows closing, auto throttle is on. Recall is checked. We're departing on runway 23 left with a quick 8. First fix is Genie. Well, Greensbar then the Genie.
Approaching.
Takeoff briefing is complete and flight attendants are notified. Radar transport set. Engine start is continuous, and exterior lighting is set.
On
Greensboro traffic,
left.
Delta 2496 line up runway 23 left. Greensboro. Okay. Pause the music. And let's get our landing lights and our wing lights on. That was my bad, guys. Push the wrong button. And here we go. Take off. Greensboro traffic, Delta 2496, take off runway 23 left. And Toga. Ooh. Thrust set 89.9, 80 knots. Check throttle hold. Rotate. Gear up. Ooh, the wind started to move us about now. All right. Greensboro traffic down to 2496, cleared runway passing 2,300, climb. Flight level 230, left turn direct, Genie on the quicker departure. 2496 Greensboro traffic, last calls here. Alright, so let's engage. Command A, and we'll have a heading select. And we'll make a left turn now, outbound. And we will, oh, look at that. There's a the aircraft above us there. Nice. Flaps 1. And flaps up. Continue left turn direct to Genie. And then we will run the after takeoff checklist. Engage L1. L1 engaged. What's going on, Matthew? Welcome, welcome, brother. Yeah. And there we have Delta 21 on the takeoff roll. And he is now airborne. There he goes, right there. There he is. And then we have the other Delta now lining up. That's a nice picture. I'm gonna put that one on Volanta. Let's see. Get a nice little screenshot there. Up to flight level 230 we go. And we go to 122.8. Got a little bit of lighting here. All right, after takeoff checklist. Flaps up, no lights. Landing gear up and off. Ventilator is not required. Engine bleeds and packs on. An auto pressurization panel is checked. And engine start switches are now off. Passing 10,000 feet. External lights coming off. After takeoff checklist is complete. Let's add this photo to Volanta. So if you're on Volanta, you could also check that out. You'll find us just departing out of Greensboro. And we're now flying direct to Genie. We should get there at 5 minutes after 7, which will be 5 minutes after 6 their time. And once we get over South Boston, we're gonna start looking at the descent procedure because it's a very, very quick flight. So we wanna make sure we are fully set up. Golden hour. Another nice picture. Yes, guys, so we are here on this flight. We are heading to Washington, Reagan. If you missed the introductions, we are using this opportunity to celebrate Delta Virtual Airlines flying or being around for 24 years. And so we are joining with them to fly several legs this week. Hopefully we can stream all the legs going into next week, Wednesday. Sometime next week, we're hoping that the A350 will be released early. I'll probably have to take off from work, you know, just so I can get to fly the A350. Oh, it's gonna be a grand time next week. Beautiful, beautiful time next week. Well, welcome on board this 737-800 flight to DC. We have some company this evening flying alongside Stefan and JL, both of whom are from Jamaica. So we are grateful to have the Jamaicans in the house. So there any other Jamaicans on the stream? Wagwan, welcome. Upon passing 18,000 feet, we will set our standard altimeter. I think the wings on the wing flex on the 738 for PMDG needs a little bit more work. The iFly 737 Max, those wings seem to be a bit more lifelike, if you could use that. The Airbus for Phoenix as well also has that nice. It's a bit more smoother. Let's put it that way. So they don't flap around like how quickly they flap here. So it's always nice to see the wing flex. The flex is fine in terms of how it's bending, but in terms of the movement during turbulence, it's just a little bit too quick in my estimation. And I'm pretty sure that they're gonna get those right eventually. I'm hearing a lot of people are cussing out PMDG. I don't join the cuss because I can't do coding. These guys know what they're doing. I can appreciate what they're saying in terms of stepping up to the plate. But when you check it out, the 737 is a pretty old airplane. Old in the sense, the NG versions, that is. So they've not done much work in terms of using it or putting it to what it could be, for lack of a better term. So they will actually do an overhaul of it based on what they're saying for Microsoft 2024. So we just look forward to seeing that. I can be patient. I would love to see the Max from them. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an excellent version of the Max as well. So I'm being patient. I'm being patient. All right, passing that standard set, and we still have somebody up here. Don't know who that is and where he's going, but see them right there flying across. All right, 1,000 to go to flight number 230. Let's see who that individual is and where they're going. That is Delta 2312, and they're going to Newark. All right, that was the engine spool back. Not bad at all. Now here's what I'm going to do to cheat just a little bit. I am going to set the cruise to 0.75, so that will get us there a little bit faster. All right, so we are 12 from South Boston, so we're going to go ahead and look at the arrival now. I believe uncomplete with the A350 release until 2024 is stable. Yeah, I agree with that. Inbound Miami from Haiti. All right, cool, nice. How was that flight, George? All right, so looking at the start, CAPS 3 heading into. So we're gonna cross waves below flight level 220 or above flight level 210. So it's a gradual step down. So we're gonna look at HIAS, which is, HOYAS, which is the arrival we use coming down to runway 1. So we cross HOYAS at 9,000, then to Hall, then to Katrin, and join the ILS runway 1. So we'll make sure we have highest in our HOYAS at 9,000, and I want to put 230 rather than 240 at HOYAS. And so top of the center is going to be at 17 past the hour. So it's a very, very short arrival brief. Let's go. All right, so he wants to do the arrival briefing. Cool. So for the arrival, we're using the CAPS 3 RNAV approach into Ronald Reagan, and we're looking at chart 10-2, which was effective 4th August 23. Actually effective 10 August 23. And we will cross waves between 22 and 21 at 280, then KSET, then the ELAP at between 200 and 14,000 at 280, Bully at 16 and 13, and then CAPS between 10 and 13, then HOYAS at 9, Then we make a right towards Hall and then to Catherine, then join the localizer runway 1, right? And then on the localizer or on the approach plate, this is 11-1, we are going to the ILS runway 1 arrival, Catherine at 2,500, and we'll get the glide slope at Baden at 1,600, and then we follow in onto runway 1. In the event of a go around, we will climb 420 feet, then climb in a left turn to 2,200 outbound on the Washington VOR radio 325 to Georgetown NDB, which is about 5.9 from the Washington VOR, and we'll hold there, and then we will make a left turn and come back around for a second approach. We have to make sure that we will avoid the prohibited area, which is to the north of the airfield, and we'll make that left turn, as you said, climbing left turn 22 to towards the Georgetown NDB. All right, so let's look at the current weather into Washington. Current weather into Washington is wind time 22:52. What time is it now? Ooh, a little bump there. 22:52, and wind is 330 at 9. So slight crosswind to the left, but nothing we can't handle. Visibility is 10. Temperature is 1, and the dew point is -18. Altimeter 3029, and so we're using runway 1, or we can use runway 33. But we're going to use the ILS runway 33, so let's go ahead and put in the altimeter is 3029er, and that is set. And so, looking at just to recap let's see here, recap the threats. The only threat that we have is that there is a prohibited airspace right to the north of the airfield. So if we must go miss, we climb on a left turn to 2,200 outbound from DC. So we're going to put these into the FMC as fixes. So our ILS frequency is 109.9er on a heading of 007, and that is India Delta Charlie Alpha, and our decision height is 214, and our MSA is 2,600. So India Delta Charlie Alpha, let's see if it will take it. Yes, it will. And so we'll do a 15 and then a 7. So 007 on the heading, and we'll do a 15-mile radius and a 7-mile radius. It will help us with our speed management. Then we also want to put in DCA, and the outbound radio for DCA is going to be 325. So we're gonna put the 325, oops. DCA fix, and we do an outbound radio 325. All right, so let's check that. Heading into the airport, KSET, ELAP, Burley, Caps, Hoyas, then right turn to Hall, join the localizer Catherine, Baden, then runway 01, and if push comes to shove, we'll just make that left turn outbound via the DCA 325 to to the Georgetown NDB. So that's all set. That is set and checked in, so we are good to go. Let's do our arrival performance checks. So we're landing runway 01 and the runway left of 7,185. Let's input our aircraft details. We have all up. Let's see what they are in terms of auto brakes 1. Calculate. Predictive required distance is short, so we have to do auto brakes 2. And that's going to take us 6,664. So we're going to do auto brakes 3. And that will give us a landing distance required of 5,243. So landing using auto brakes 3, and that is set. So we are all ready to go. Any questions on our approach briefing? Flight down was not interested in approach runway 28 on our first time listening to it. All right, good, nice. Half the time, well, more than half the times when Antigua is in West Ops, I seldom get to do a flight into Antigua using runway 25. So it's nice when you can get to do those RNAV. And then the other thing that's crazy is that with the A350, RNRs can be flown as ILS approaches. So that's something that I want to see what's going on. Oh, that's going to be so fun. That's going to be so fun. All right, so we are 50 nautical miles from our top of descent. So we're going to set now to 9,000 feet, which is going to be our initial descent. Of course, it's a step down approach. I'm hoping that sound, that sound means we have DC center. All right, so we got ATC, guys. So DC center is on line 133. And we also got Potomac approach, and we got, so we got ATC, guys. We got ATC, nice. 133.725. 133.725. And we have that spooling down, which probably means we are just on top of the set. Yep. Washington Center, pleasant good evening. Delta 2496 with you, followed through 30.
Delta 2496, Washington Center, sent via the Cat 3 arrival, landing north of the Richmond altimeter 3024.
Descend via the CAPS 3, landing north 3024, Delta 2496. Thank you. All right. So we already got our clearance to go down to descend via. So we will. He's not going to give us any. He's expecting us to descend via the star as published. So we're doing 9,000, which is what we need to be at by HOYAS. So we will allow the aircraft to begin its descent. So we've just begun our descent to cross between 21 and 22 at waves, and then via that.
Delta 1980 Washington Center, Roger, stay indicated. Delta 21 Washington Center, stay indicated airspeed. Okay, hang on guys. Delta 21, Delta 21 for your indicator airspeed. Delta 21 going to national. Delta 21, sorry, your microphone is off. Can you just send me a message of what your indicator airspeed is?
Airspeed down 30.
Delta 21, Roger, I believe I heard 302. Maintain 310 knots or greater. Descend and maintain flight level 230.
2.0 or greater, descending.
Delta 1980, maintain 270 knots or less.
Alright, so now he's going to be slowing us down just so that we can have proper spacing into Washington Reagan.
Delta 2496, maintain 300 knots or greater. Resume published speed at fully.
Maintain 300 on or greater and resume public speed at bully 2496.
DC Center, good afternoon. Delta 1 Heavy, top of descent down to 30,000.
Okay, so
That was
we
Delta
are going
1.
to increase our speed to 300. And then once we cross bully is when we will slow back down.
Delta 1. Delta 1, what ticket do you have here?
Delta 1 Heavy is direct Bucky, Bravo Uniform Kilo, Yankee Yankee.
Delta 1, I'm not seeing it. Verify squawk mode Charlie and Ida.
Mo Charlie and Ida for Delta 1 Heavy.
Delta 21, descend via the cap 3, arrive, landing north, except maintain 300
So the new
knots or
DCA
greater.
is
Resume public
information
speed at full.
echo. Wind is 341 at 9. Touch miles 3029. So descending via 180.
Delta 1980, descend via the cap 3, arrival, landing north,
And we're now going to local altimeter of 20.
280 knots. Resume published speed at fully. Delta 1, I see you now. You can descend across JBO at 15,000 to fill over.
So all of that was simply to get us to be properly separated. So we are on track now. I would have gone a little bit faster. 21 would have gone a little bit faster so that 1980 is now slowing down so that we can have the spacing international.
Delta 1, cross JBO at a maintain 15,000, Baltimore altimeter 3028. Southwest 1099, descend and maintain, flight level 260.
So we're 10 from bully, and once we cross bully, then we'll need to slow down. Probably I can do that just before getting to 13,000 or 12,000, so that we can slow down a bit more, so we don't bust through 10,000 feet below 250.
Southwest 232, Washington Center. Southwest 1935, Washington Center. Time maintained, flight level 390. Delta 2496, contact Potomac approach 119.85.
Potomac 119.85, see you, thanks to the ATC too. 119.85.
Really? Supposed to cross the Fupper intersection at flight level 270.
Potomac approach, good evening, down 2496, descending through 13,300 for 9,000 at a whole, yes.
Delta 2496, coming approach, good evening. Expect the high left approach, runway 1 at Washington. The altimeter there is 3029.
3029, we have information Echo ILS runway 1 to 2496. Once we pass 11,000 feet, we're gonna reduce our speed down to 240. Probably to get some speed brakes to help us slow down.
3,000.
Set at 804, Dallas Airport, 3 o'clock, 3 miles, report in sight. Set at 804, Roger, cleared visual approach, runway 1 right, take as much of a downwind as you need, no other traffic in the area.
Alright, we reduce our speed now to 240.
JetBlue 2754, contact Washington Center, 123.72. 96302, fly heading 160.
So speed brakes are now out and we hear the wind flow being interrupted.
Subsequently, 21 check-in and at 60,500 on the capsule arrival.
Last aircraft call in about 155, give me call time.
Delta 21.
So I did level change so the aircraft will level off, so reduce its airspeed, the angle of attack, so that the descent rate, such that it gets down to 240 before it gets below 10,000. So once we do that, I then resume VNAV and then do speed intervene again for better control. Cool, so 10,000 and 2.5, beautiful. So let's go speed control, speed intervene, and here we go.
Runway 30, taxi via Zulu, Yankee 11.
Hey, what you doing? What you doing? $24.96 at 9,000 request lower.
Last aircraft call, take call sign.
Delta 2496.
Delta 2496, what's your request?
We're just at 8,700. Can I request a lower?
Delta 2496, it's going to maintain 5,000.
So I maintain 5,000, 2496. Try to avoid getting yelled at.
Yeah, 6302, turn left heading 040.
040,
By the 2025, cross 4, I'm sorry, you're not on Juliet. You can cross 4, continue your taxi, Echo, Juliet.
Cross runway 4, Echo, Juliet,
Cut 2143, just going to maintain 2,000, fly heading 210.
1099 and 007.
Diageo 2143 is going to maintain 2,000, fly heading 210.
So we are getting closer to Hall. We're 8 from Hall, so we're gonna go ahead and extend speed brakes a bit more and slow down just a bit more.
6302, clear Mount Vernon visual approach, runway 1. Delta 21, just going to maintain 6,000.
6,000,
Delta 1980, coming to approach low, continue descending via arrival, expect ILS, runway 1 approach, altimeter 3029. Delta 2496 is going to maintain 3,000.
3,000, 2496.
Verizon 2025, you ready? Verizon 2025, wind 3309, runway 1, clear for takeoff.
Level change so we can get down a bit quicker.
Prior to arrival, runway 1, clear for takeoff.
So that's the difference between level change and
turn right heading
VNAV. Level change is going to increase your descent rate while trying to maintain your airspeed. VNAV is going to try to get you down via what's in the FMC. So using level change, and one of my friends would have said to me, who is also a pilot, that pilots rarely use VNAV, they use level change. So it really does help.
Cross Catherine at or above 2,500 at Catherine, cleared ILS, runway 1 approach.
Catherine at above 2,500 at Catherine, cleared ILS, runway 01, 2496.
DeAndre 2143, Baltimore.
Alright, so localizer is alive, so we're gonna arm the localizer. And we'll reduce speed to 210.
Clear visual, speed 3 right for
Localizer is alive and is now captured. And we will get flaps 1. Reduce speed now down to 180. And we will arm the approach.
Clear to land, reach your driver, VS. Flight 2025, the altitude pass. 400, Flies in 2025, ready to contact, climb, maintain 17 miles.
There's somebody on the runway.
Delta 1980, going to maintain 5,000.
Flaps 2.
Depart to United 1140, request taxi.
United 1140, Squawk Charlie.
Squawk Mo Charlie, United 1140.
United 1140, runway 30, taxi via Zulu Yankee 11.
And the runway is now
Zulu
visible.
Yankee 11, United 1140.
Elias 2025, set that turn up the river for me, just to see the prohibited area.
Glide slope is now available.
Delta 2496, the wind is 3309, runway 1, clear to land.
Clear land runway 1, Delta 2496. Got our landing clearance, so now we can now turn on all of our landing lights. Flaps 5. Making sure we're looking for any Black Hawks around. We don't want any issues. According to one of my other colleagues, want to make sure that we get in safely. That was really unfortunate what happened over there in DC, and we pray for the families. Like we said on the last stream yesterday, it's really been an interesting time for the aviation industry, but we'll bounce back. We will definitely bounce back. All right, so we're at 12 miles from the runway. Flaps 10.
Delta 21, cross Catherine at or above 2,500 at Catherine, cleared ILS, runway 1 approach.
At Catherine, cleared ILS, runway 1 approach, crossing 2005, Delta 21.
Lufthansa 419 heavy, the altitude pass. 1,600, Lufthansa 419 heavy, ready to contact, clear direct
Glide slope is alive.
flight level 190.
By this next line, we should be fully configured. Gear down.
United 6302, would be alright.
And landing lights on. Flaps 15.
Yeah, 6302, if you could take the left turn on the runway 4 there for me, that'd be great. If not, I'm going to disconnect.
Flaps 25.
Thank you. Delta, sorry, United 2277, runway 30.
And flaps 30. Glide slope captured. Landing checklist. Landing checklist. Landing gear down 3 green, flaps 30, 30 green light. Speed brake is on, green light. Engine start speeds are continuous. Landing checklist is complete. All right, guys, let's go. What's our landing rate tonight?
Delta 21, the wind is...
What is our landing rate tonight?
Delta 1980 cross Catherine at or above 2,500 at Catherine, cleared ILS, runway 1 approach. Exact Jet 804, you going signature? Yes, sir. Jet 804, thank you. Taxi up to signature via Juliet. Left turn all the way at the end. Have a good night.
Once we land, we're gonna be parking at Bravo.
Yeah, 1140, turn left heading 250, runway 30, clear for takeoff. United 1140, turn left heading 250 on departure, clear for takeoff, runway 30.
Turn left 250, United. Clear for takeoff, United 1140.
Bravo 18, so we're down here off of Golf and Kilo. Alright. Alright, here we go, guys. Ground is 121.9, I think it is, and I do think we have ground available, so we'll have that as well. Alright, 1,000 feet coming up at 500. My airplane, we're landing. 1,000. Check. 4 miles. Pause the music and let's just hear these sounds.
Guy 2277, runway 30, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 30.
Delta 1980, the wind at Washington 3309, runway 1, clear to land.
Wind is bouncing us around, boy. 500, my airplane. Above the glide slope. Continue. Check.
Yeah, 2277, turn right, 360, wind 3209, gust 17, runway 30.
Ooh, this was a float, guys. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Land, buddy. Speed brakes up.
Delta 2496, welcome to
reverse.
Left turn when able, you can use 33 if you need.
That was a float. 60 knots. Reverse lights out. And manual braking.
Delta 2496, left turn Sierra, then Juliet, hold short, runway 33.
Left turn Sierra, hold short, Juliet, left, cross 33, 2496. Why did we slow down so much?
Yeah, 1140, the altitude pass.
Nah, we did not. We're not going around, no sir.
1140.
Yeah, 1140, we're to contact, direct half
Ooh,
down.
that was a floaty, man.
17,000, United 1140.
Yeah, 1140, confirm direct half.
Sorry, which waypoint? United 1140.
Woo.
Yeah, 1140, 1048 direct passenger.
All right, so we're crossing runway 33 and then
Direct passenger.
hold short Juliet.
Ultra, November, Romeo, United 1140.
Alright, Delta 2496, you were supposed to hold short on runway 33. Contact ground 121.7 on the other side, please.
We apologize, sir. We apologize. Contact ground on the other side. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye. I knew we were going to get yelled at some point. Ground Delta 2496 with you, Juliet. Oh, ground is now 121.70. Ground Delta 2496, holding short on Juliet.
Delta 2496, taxi via Kilo 1, Kilo 2 to Random. Have a good one.
Kilo 1, Kilo, Delta 2496. Yeah, so you see, I heard cross 33, and I read that back, and I guess he didn't catch it. Yeah.
Runway 1.
That's how accidents happen, boy, I tell you. But that's okay. So Kilo 1 here, and then we'll take Kilo. But yeah, guys, we are here. We made it to Washington Reagan. 42 minutes.
United 1975.
Let's see what our landing rate was. Landing rate was minus 145. We just floated down the runway, man. But we made it. That's cool. That's cool.
United 1975. I need you to.
Alright, so we're going to Bravo. Let's see.
Romeo, we have an amendment to revise rating copy.
Roger, November 1715, Romeo, ready to copy.
Let's see where we are.
November 15 Romeo.
Right, so Bravo 18 is right here. So let's go ahead and call GSX. Bravo 18.
Okay, Roger, the minute
And that's right here on the right hand side, so we are good to go.
For 15 Romeo.
And November 15 Romeo, can you accept?
It seems that there's somebody in our gate.
Yeah, Roger, I can set it for 1.
So let's do Bravo 22.
Thanks. And Romeo, I'll have your clearance here shortly.
Okay, Roger, let me get that. 15 Romeo.
So we have Bravo 22.
Delta 21, check in.
Left hand calling me something again?
Delta 21.
Delta 21, taxi park via Chile, Kilo 2 Kilo.
Juliet Kilo for parking.
Matt Black 314, contact departure 19.5. 19.5, Matt Black 314.
Overshot that just a little bit. Yeah, man, DC is really nice. Blinding all these people. And totally just botched that landing. Just botching these landings, man. This parking.
5,000, expect 10,000. 10 minutes after departure. Departure is 109.85.
Let's see if I can make it up. And stop.
Roger, clear delivery.
Okay.
Departure, radar vector.
So we are on stand. Parking brake is set and APU is on.
5, Block 554.
and we can stop.
Number 15 runway, we back is correct. Contact me when you can see. And expect the runway.
We are at Bravo
Actually,
22.
expect runway 1 more.
Request the deboarding,
He has 1975. I have a flight plan for
and
you.
we're gonna set the.
Roger that. He's 919.
Oh, that. Hate when that happens, JL. Ooh. So sorry to hear that, bro.
Look, I'm calling me from again.
American 2047.
We are on the stand. We are doing our shutdown procedure, shutdown flow.
Damn it, we should start on spot 4. Yeah, it's 1975 ahead,
And there we have it. I'm not gonna go outside, guys, because it's gonna be really noisy out there. But there we are. We are on the ground in Washington, D.C. And that was a pretty nice flight. I am very grateful for the company by JL and Stefan. And he's just the one that, oh, look at that. Aircraft taking off there. Nice. Yeah. So, guys, we are here. It was really great, really great, really great. Thank you so very much for joining. If you haven't already done so, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you don't miss next time we go live. Hopefully we can be here tomorrow again on a flight when we go up. Let's see where we're going tomorrow. Tomorrow's flight will take us up to... Let's see where we're going tomorrow. Tomorrow's flight is going to take us down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So if you are available tomorrow, you're on the stream right now, you're available tomorrow. Tomorrow should be around the same time. Maybe a little bit later. Maybe a little bit later. We might start a little bit later, but I'll be sure to send that out for you so you can be ready for that flight. It should be, it's going to be a little bit longer. Probably about an hour and change, but I am so glad that you guys joined me today. It was really great to see you. If you are impressed with what you see, please leave a like. Also, you can leave comments. Join the Discord channel. Discord is right there. You just see the link. Until the very next time, please ensure that you take care of yourselves, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.
Roger, taxi to runway 1 via Kilo Whiskey Alpha, hold short on runway 4 at Alpha for 15 Romeo.